Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV. As the title of the video suggests, we are looking at the copied factory-related housing items today in this video. All of them, in fact, if I can cram them into this small apartment room that we're using as a demonstration today in the mist. So yes, essentially patch 5.3 added a whole bunch of new housing items, and we're only just touching some of that stuff, including the copied factory stuff. So it wasn't added when copied factory was first out, but if you've actually seen copied factory before, part of the Near Alliance raid series, the second one is already out, but the first one was such a massive success in my own opinion, and a lot of people wanted to create housing items to fit that. So like I say, basically the copied factory stuff is what is essentially 11 items. We don't actually have my armorer up to level 80, so we bought the armorer stuff today, but we made the smithing stuff. As you can see, it's very basic level 80 stuff. It really doesn't require much. The weathering agents purchased from a vendor, the dwarven mithril ingots, I mean that's not too hard to make. As you can see, I've got plenty of those. And the crystal glass, again, not particularly difficult to make. The only difference is that you'll see Titan bronze ingots on here as well. But pretty much the mats are very similar. Apart from armor craft, we have cobalt plates and Titan bronze once again. So yes, 11 items in total. Let's decorate this place. Again, like it's a recommended rating of what, 1866 craftsmanship, but you can obviously do it much lower than that if you have balls of steel. Speaking of steel, so this is the items in question. So we have flooring, we have a wall. Let's decorate this place. So like I say, this is a brand new apartment, just completely gutted just for you guys to show you what it looks like, and we'll do this together. I've not looked at these items off screen apart from the obvious. So the first thing we should do then is actually work on stuff like the chandelier and the wall and the flooring, right? So let's remodel the interior. So it's a simple case of just dragging this stuff over. Wow, that's already a drastic difference, isn't it, there with the factory interior wall. We'll put the flooring there as well. Wow, okay. And then we'll put the chandelier, which you can't really... Oh, wow, that looks amazing, actually. So let's confirm that. These are our new fixtures. So we have the clacky clacky noise. You know, the metal underfoot noise as we walk around. This looks like... Well, apart from the wall being wood, etc., this really does look like somewhere inside the copied factory, doesn't it? Or you can kind of get that. It's a shame that there isn't a ceiling as well, but that's unfortunately just a limitation. So let's see how cool this can look then. So we've got the fixtures set up. So now we do the furnishings. So the first thing then, I guess we need to place is the factory bench. This is something that's really awesome and iconic. Let's go and have a quick spin around of this. I do like this stuff. I really think it's unique to have Alliance Raid related, you know, set pieces. I hope that they do this more often in the future. And the Return to Ivalice series could have had like crystal themed stuff, for example, if they really wanted to. I love how rusty this bench is. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, but if you're going for that true aesthetic, then I can't think of anything better than obviously this item. And these are incredibly cheap to make. I wouldn't advise purchasing this stuff from the market board if you have crafters yourself, because you don't really have to have any real craftsmanship or anything like that. I love that. That's fantastic. What should we do? We should put that... We'll snap back to grid just for a second so we have a nice 90-degree angle. And we'll stick that over there for now. Lovely. That's a really cool item. I love that. Next we have... What's this? Oh, they actually have words on them, don't they? So the factory wall lamp says, a grimy lamp extracted from the machine graveyard. Yes. Right, let's plop this on a wall. Oh, I see. So it's a downlight. Can't be placed on the floor, but we can place it just above the... Or maybe we should have a bench over here and then set the lights low. That would be kind of cool, actually. But anyway, so this is the light fitting, which, I mean, looks pretty cool, actually. I mean, it's just a rusty light fitting that you see inside the raid. It does provide luminosity, as you can see. Let's actually dim down the lighting in here so we can get a better idea of that light. Yes, so it's basically a spotlight, as you can see, which is quite useful, especially if you're after alternative sources of light for your GPOs or whatever you do. Me personally, I GPOs a lot in my housing spaces. So, yes, it kind of reminds me of the Mr. Bean intro where he's like on the floor and he falls down from an alien spaceship. If you've ever seen Mr. Bean in the UK, you'll know exactly what I mean. Probably outside of the UK as well, I don't know. Let me know if Mr. Bean made it outside the UK. Yes, let's actually do that plan that I wanted to do. I think that's a cool idea. We'll put the bench underneath it like that. Very cool. I like that aesthetic quite a lot already. Okay, so next up we have the factory grate. So this is wall mounted and it says a rusted piece of grating. Watch your toes. So this, if I remember, is kind of like your lofts. Okay, so you have the loft system. This is basically a metal version of your loft, right? So you have the lofts. People have created all kinds of funky looking things. This is going to clip horribly regardless of where I put it, thanks to those pillars. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, it's going to clip through the wood. I suppose we just have to sort of suspend disbelief and pretend. But there we go. It is literally just a massive piece of grating. It will act as a, you know, obviously, if we put this down to the ground, I'll show you. This acts as a physical surface. Has that nice clacky sound once again. And of course you can, you know, use step ladders and stuff to get up to it. So yes, what we should do then is we should place that, what's this, door height? There we go, that'll do. Jiggle that across just a tad. Again, you know, apartment, probably not the best place to demonstrate it. What else have we got? We've got a partition here, a rusty chain link barrier. Wow. Okay, so this is one of the black... Oh, wow, that really is quite awesome. So you see these inside the raid quite a lot, actually. Oh, that looks really, really cool. Oh, I'm really impressed. So there's a lot of people who wanted to create like wrestling arenas and stuff, and I've seen some really cool GPO stuff already, and they're using the chain link fences, so you can make like a Hell in the Cell match or something like that if you're into wrestling. You know, you just put 4 of these above, and then, you know, you have your... it's so cool, isn't it? I love that. That's such a cool thing indeed. Yeah, very, very versatile. I love the versatility of some of these items. So the thing that, you know, that we should replace is like this entrance. It's not that cool looking. So we've got a factory automatic door. It says, the internal mechanisms that allow this door to open and close on its own remain something of a mystery. Luckily, this one was ripped from its surroundings wholesome and operates regardless. That's very helpful. Apart from the fact we crafted this, so it wasn't really lifted, was it? So this is this side of it. I believe the other side has... Yes, there we go. That's the side you're supposed to see. So this is the side, the reverse side. So you can have it without any bells and whistles or the control pad as just like a background thing. Or, of course, we can have it with the red and the green light there. I think that's as far towards the wall as we can get it. Let's turn off snap. No, we can get just an inch more. There. I think that's probably as close as we're going to get. So obviously, your mileage may vary with the gaps, but you could put partitions around here anyway. So this is obviously... Wait, what? Why doesn't it work? I thought this was supposed to... Oh my god! Guys. That's amazing. Okay, this is one of the coolest housing items I've seen. You call for the elevator. Oh my god. Okay, excuse me, but I'm fanboying pretty hard about this. The sound effects. Dude. That is so cool. I didn't know it did that, and that's why we do these videos together, because I learned stuff and so do you, hopefully. That's very cool. That's something you don't get when you do housing preview, because you can't interact with these items. Very cool. Very cool indeed. I'm loving that. So there we go. That's how we can cover up that. So what else we got? We've got factory railings. It says an industrial safety rail. Given the visible wear and tear, one of these adjectives may have become less applicable over time. Okay. So it is just a very simple railing, nice rusty railing. Gotta love a nice rusty railing, haven't you? Especially in the morning. Whatever that means. I just realized that has all sorts of connotations. So there's it looks pretty nice. It obviously at one point had like some grey paint on it, like military grey or uniform grey, depending on your chosen shade. And we've got these like holes where it was attached to something before. That's really cool. I love that. That's a cool housing item. Very cool indeed. But of course, its main use is going to be in combining with the other stuff. So this is a placement item, right? So in theory, yes, of course we can. We can put this up here on the gantry. Or we should be able to put it up here on the gantry. Why won't it let me put it up there? It let me put it up there for a second ago, now it won't. I'm sure it will look awesome though. I'm sure there are many things you can do with it that I'm clearly not utilizing at the moment. Let's put that there for a moment. We've got a staircase. What does this say, actually, quickly? These metallic stairs make a satisfying clunking noise when stepped on. You know the one, yes. That's all of these items are pretty much going to make that noise, aren't they? So obviously you would get multiples of these. These are wall-mounted, so obviously you can't just have these in the middle. But of course you can attach them, I believe, to partitions like that, yes. So this is classed as a partition, and of course it does provide elevation. It is a working... Actually, that's a lot less glitchy than the other ones that we have in the game. Wow. Look how smooth that is, and I'm running at 60 frames per second. The reason a lot of the other steps in the game sometimes glitch on the PC, at least version, is because when you look at on the PlayStation, they don't seem to glitch at all when you move up, like jagged animations. On the PC, sometimes it jags because you have too high of a frame rate. And a lot of the stuff is built around 30 frames per second for its smoothness. So if you go above it, it just sort of jags around. But this is really smooth, even with a running animation. So I'm not sure what they've done internally to work on that, but it's really cool to see. That's really nice. So of course you could put multiples of these to make an even bigger ladder up to the height that I've wanted here. So what we should really do technically is lower this down to the height just for the demonstration, and then we'll put that nowhere at the moment. Hold on. Of course it has the reverse issue, doesn't it? So we would have to rotate the actual partition, but that's literally the same thing as I would have done before. I'm just complicating matters. That's one thing I do want them to be able to do, is like if you're going to put it on this partition, I would like the option to flip, you know, as opposed to having it this way or having it this way. That's one of the things that annoys me a little bit, because then you're left with like the only solution of putting it on a wall. It doesn't look right. So your only solution really is to have the partition the other side of it. Like if you had the partition here, for example, and then you put the grate. I mean, that's pretty badly done, to be honest. What height is it? It's this height. Jeez, but then even then, because of the partition's location, you'd have to bring that out a little bit. Yeah, but you can see how it would work if... I mean, that works, doesn't it? As a demonstration, at least. I wonder if you can actually detach this whilst that's on it. I think the idea is that you turn placement off, don't you? I think that's how it works. And then you can move this. Yes, there we go. That's how that works. That old glitcherino. And then we can plop that on. Like that. Boop. Simple. Although it's slightly in. Anyway, I'm being an annoying perfectionist now that's not really made a decent effort. But there we go. That's a good demonstration on how this would work. Nice and smooth. Seamless. Get multiples of these steps, and you can make indoor lofts or like factory areas like this one. Obviously having another partition over here would be cool, and then put some like machinery up there or something much higher, which I really quite like. So what else have we got? Oh yeah, we've got some beams to look at. So the last item is a beam. It is literally a giant steel beam. Elegant Yes, so we can plonk these down. So this again is adding towards the idea of you know, creating your loft spaces indoors, much like the wooden beams. Basically, it's the same thing. They're just reskinned to be like this. But of course, there's nothing stopping you from just having, you know, girders sticking out of your wall like this, and then yeah, just have girders everywhere. Why not? These are actually platforms as well, if I remember correctly. So in theory, if we connect to the side of this? Oh, I suppose this is a better demonstration than any. Let's just whack these here. There we go. Like a semi-jumping puzzle. So yes, look, they've got collision detection, and they're very smooth, and you can use them for supports, or if you want to create something that reaches out from a wall. There we go. So personally, I think these items are quite nice. I especially love the highlight, though, with this automatic sliding door. I think that's just going to keep me very happy for a while. So in terms of like aesthetic, then, I think this is the basis for really cool stuff. Obviously, the lack of like a ceiling option or whatever, it's going to, you know, vary on where you use these furnishings, because the wood's going to look weird regardless. But how cool is that? It's just really nice, isn't it? So we can sit on this bench, you know, and then we can bring down the lighting of the actual room, and instantly we're in the grimy land of Nier. Yes, 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 look at that. Very cool, and we've got the red luminosity there. I think the coolest thing would be to fill it full of other set pieces that are either metallic or have sort of red lights, you know, what we need is like some siren lights that like rotate around. So you have like red luminescence rotating. That would be cool as well. But there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I certainly did, as you look upskirt of my character. Yeah, I think these items are frankly fantastic. I love this sliding door, as I've mentioned multiple times. I think the chandelier is pretty nice. And these are great alternatives to the wooden loft series. And everything has the clanky noise, regardless of what you put in here, which is sure to make someone happy indeed. But anyway, thank you kindly for watching. I said I would do this video and look at them all eventually, and we finally did. So enjoy the rest of your day. Let me know what of these items you think is your favorite, if you plan to get any of these, or if you've already turned your house into the copied factory. Do you think we'll get stuff for the Puppets bunker in the future, maybe in a future patch? It would be really cool to have some satellite dishes, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, until then, thank you all once again. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time. Stay safe out there, and have a good one. Bye-bye.